Pretend like we have
Sit
a
up
real
straight.
show. That's right. Pretend your mother's watching. So it's Wednesday, February 4th. My father's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Pop. And I'm so lucky to have my good friend Johnny Duke here, who came to visit us from Nashville. Hey, Johnny.
That's right. Hey, Dan.
So good to see you, man.
Good to
I've
see
just been
you.
watching you on television and on YouTube and all the wonderful Facebook videos that you put up.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't familiar with Johnny Duke, I'll tell you what I know about him, and then we'll kind of get to know him a little better. I met Johnny, who was playing guitar, lead guitar for Little Big Town. And I had actually heard about you before I met you.
Oh, really?
Because some of the other sidemen in Nashville had very nice things to say about you.
Cool.
And I think I got a warning you were going to call from one of our mutual friends like Scott Patton or somebody like that. And I think it was Scott who called and said, this kid plays out of his mind. He's just amazing, and he's a really nice guy. And he's a friend of mine, so if you can help him out, of course, Scott. If he's a friend of yours, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And you ended up getting a Tupelo from me, and then went around using it for years on stage. And there's this fantastic video I love to show people where is it an award show and you were playing with Keith Urban?
Yeah, I think it was the CMA Awards.
CMA Awards, and Keith took this solo on his Dumble, and then you took a solo with playing an SG, I think.
SG and the Tupelo.
And the Tupelo. And I had like 50 people send me this clip and go, have you seen this kid? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's Johnny Duke. I mean,
cool.
Kid plays guitar. And I had all these people going, oh, that Tupelo sounds... I'm not going to finish the sentence. But I had a lot of nice compliments on it from you. So, again, the amp only does what you tell it to do. So you told it to do the right thing that night.
Well, it would sure help me out.
Yeah, very fun. So just so the guys here can get a sense of who and what you are. Now, I know you're a trained musician, like at a high level, right? And you went to Berklee School of Music?
Train's a big word, but...
Well, I didn't say potty trained, but, I'm just saying trained as far as musicians go. Like, we can live indoors. Yeah, we can sleep indoors.
Yeah.
But so tell us about, like, when did you start playing guitar and how'd you get into it? And what kind of stuff turned you on? Like, what was that moment where you went, I'm going to pursue this?
Yeah. Well, my dad lives in Scobie, Mississippi. And when I was a kid, he used to take me to blues festivals.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty inspirational stuff.
So I got exposed to some real heavy blues musicians.
Hardcore blues, right?
Like guys playing slide guitar with a pocket knife. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got exposed to a lot of that too when I was a kid in Missouri. Yeah,
cool.
It is inspirational.
Yeah.
And
I think that kind of stuck with me. And
when did you start playing? How old were you when you started playing guitar?
Probably 10 years old, I think.
Oh, that's a good early start.
Yeah.
I was 12. And then how long after you started playing guitar did you realize girls would talk to you real easily?
That probably came in high school.
Because I know a lot of people that, like, I went through the same cycle. Like, I got a guitar, and we were just talking about it. I wanted to learn how to play like Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
And then I was in 7th grade. And all of a sudden, the 9th grade girls were, like, talking to me and showing up at my house.
Yeah.
Like, hey, babe, like... Yeah.
There's something really attractive about the guitar
to
high school girls.
It's a giant magnet.
Yeah.
And then I kind of fell in love with the instrument later.
Oh, gotcha.
But initially it was just like
chick magnet.
It was just fun. It was just a really good time.
Yeah.
So I mean, did you go through that cycle or?
Yeah. I don't know.
You seem like you're a lot more serious musician than I am, so that's why I asked.
Well, I don't know. I think I was a weird kid.
Yeah, well, we all are. We're musicians, right? So
yeah, no, I was always kind of a bit of an outcast.
We're all damaged, neurotic people who are looking to fill some gaping hole in our life with the guitar. I'm just going to admit that right now.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be honest about it.
That's really what it is, which isn't a bad thing. We could fill that hole with drugs. We could fill that hole with gambling. We could fill it with vice.
Yeah.
But we fill it with the guitar.
No, it's like an emotional escape for a kid,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how I approached it.
Yeah, me too. I locked myself in my room.
Yeah.
And I was fine. And
I was just mystified, by electric guitar tone.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard I probably got into Jimi Hendrix before Muddy Waters.
Yeah, right. Well, you kind of go backwards. When you're a young
kind of
guy.
go backwards.
Who influenced him, and then who influenced him, and then who influenced him, right?
But yeah, I was always really intrigued by the sound.
So you're in your late 20s, right?
26.
26. I talked to a lot of guys like you, and they go through that family tree, and they're like, well, I got turned on to Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone told me that Stevie Ray Vaughan played a lot like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And then I listened to Jimi Hendrix, and someone said that Jimi Hendrix used to play with the Isley Brothers, and he used to try to imitate Wes Montgomery, and guys like that. And then I started listening to who influenced those guys, and it always goes back to Muddy Waters.
Well,
that's sort of
Muddy Waters invented electricity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's sort of, I don't want to use the word genesis in the wrong way, but it is sort of the genesis of electric guitar.
Yeah.
First time Muddy said, I can't play loud enough.
Yeah.
Turn this shit up. And it's still moving when you listen to those records. I don't know about you. I just get goosebumps. You know, you listen to the early, even his acoustic stuff, you know, when they found him on the front porch and the guy put a mic in front. Yeah. And it's just like, holy cow, this guy's got something in him that's amazing.
Well, they were playing these juke joint parties in the Mississippi Delta and with acoustic instruments. And they had to like really dig in to be heard.
That's right. Yeah.
So I think when you take that energy and put it into a electric venue, it just like hit really hard.
Right. It's so authentic, that energy.
Yeah.
And to be able to translate it correctly over to the electric format.
Yeah.
Not a lot of guys did that really well. You know, and Muddy seemed to just embrace it instantly and get it. Like, check this out, man. This is my lightsaber now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do anything.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. Oh, Itchy Brother, your friend from Knoxville says you're a baby. He's a young guy, which is so cool when you see a guy of this age who has like a really solid foundation in the history of music and guitar playing. He's not just some kid shredding and wanking for fun. He's actually takes it very seriously.
Well, I do a lot of wanking and shredding as well, but behind closed doors.
Right, exactly. Well, okay, so you start playing guitar, you're 12 years old, you went through the cycle of, wow, hey, the girls talk to me now.
Yeah.
And then there was some moment, you know, if I remember when it was for me, it was towards the end of high school, where you got to kind of really sit down, look yourself in the mirror and decide, I'm actually going to pursue this.
Yeah.
It's going to be more than a hobby.
Yeah.
You know, is that what you went through about that age?
Well, I had a blues band. I was actually I went to high school in Delaware.
Yeah.
And I had a blues band, and we started playing weekend shows and making money. And it was kind of like, I can do this for a living.
How old were you when you started doing that?
Probably about 15.
Yeah. That's when I started gigging from
really?
9th grade.
Yeah.
That's when 9th and 10th grade, I'm like, ooh, this is good.
And when doing anything else in high school just seemed like I couldn't fathom it.
Oh, you're going to the junior prom? Oh, that's neat. I have a gig in Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang out with college girls and get paid.
You know? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waxter says, I went to high school in Delaware. And Laurel, where are you from?
No ways.
Where are you from in Delaware?
This was Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah. I mean, Delaware's pretty small, right? I mean, everything's kind of within an hour's drive kind of thing.
And I met a really important influence on me in Delaware. Do you know who David Bromberg is?
Yeah, I know who he is. I've never met him, yeah.
I went to, he was hosting a blues jam that I went to, and I sat in with him, and ever since then, I was probably about 15 years old, and he sort of became like a mentor for me.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so you're a young blues guy in Delaware, which is sort of an anomaly, right?
Yeah.
You don't think of Delaware as being a hotbed of blues.
Oh, no.
Except for George Thorogood, I think, right?
Yeah.
And
that's true, yeah.
And then you think, well, I'm going to formalize this, right? I'm going to go. I went to MI, same decision.
Yeah.
I never even considered Berkeley because I thought it was just too formal and over my head. Mm-hmm. But MI was sort of rock and roll high school.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Then I got there and realized it's a whip-cracking hard school, or it was back then. But so you went to Berkeley. Mm-hmm. How old were you when you went to Berkeley?
18.
Wow. And did you do a 4-year track there? Mm-hmm. And you got your degree?
Actually, 3 years. I did 2 summer semesters.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you ended up with a bachelor's degree in music or music education, or?
Yeah, my major was professional music, which was kind of make your own major sort of thing. I kind of just took whatever classes I wanted.
Sure. Need to study a little bit about music business, a little bit about songwriting, scoring.
It's the major for the indecisive people.
Right, for the uncommitted.
Yeah.
And you were probably there just a couple years after, like, John Mayer, right? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Hadn't he recently graduated from Berkeley? And...
Yeah, I had some of the same teachers he did. A great blues guitar teacher there, Mike Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I think John took lessons from him.
Yeah, very cool. All right, and then still, now here's another big leap. You end up in Nashville playing with Little Big Town.
Yeah.
And that must have been, considering that you're 26, that must have been like right out of school.
Yeah, probably about 6 months after I moved, I got the call to audition.
Because I think I met you about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, so you were just fresh off the Ivy League.
Pretty much.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
You stepped right into a nice gig. Were you a country fan before that, or?
Oh yeah, probably not as much pop country, but I grew up listening to
classic
Waylon Jennings and
I can listen to George Jones all day long.
Yeah,
Waylon of course, and Johnny and Willie and all those guys.
Oh yeah. I've loved twangy guitar sounds too. It's as much as raunchy blues stuff.
That's right. Well, that real authentic. There's a few guys still doing it in Nashville, making a living doing that. Vince Gill, Marty Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the classic fat Nashville telly sound.
Mm-hmm.
It still moves me too. And I don't know if the young crowd is getting it there or into it right now. It seems like they're focused on a lot more of a 80s rock sound.
Yeah.
I heard somebody call it bad Def Leppard. But
there's definitely I think the music industry, particularly pop country music, is definitely going through emulating the 80s phase.
Yeah, and I think that's probably just a stage in metamorphosis. The pupa is going to become a butterfly.
Yeah.
It's one of the ugly in-between phases before it turns into a real butterfly. Yeah. Right now, it's just a big, nasty worm.
I'm just waiting for the butterfly.
Yeah, I think we all are, and we're all hoping for it.
Yeah.
Waxter's asking, do you know Kenny Jones?
Yeah, I do. I sat in with him when I was in high school at one point.
Oh, cool. Who's Kenny Jones?
Amazing guitarist. I guess I saw him. He used to play with a guy named Johnny Neal, who was in the Allman Brothers in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
He's sort of a hometown hero in Delaware. This old blind organ piano player.
Wow.
It's incredible. Looks like Santa Claus.
And he doesn't even know it. Yeah. That's great. Rock and Roll Willie says, how about Red Volkert for Fat Neck? Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a bunch of guys. I just mean like the guys that are actually still getting some traction doing it.
Yeah.
There's not that many around. It seems like Vince and Marty are the two big guys.
Yeah, and Brent Mason for sure.
Yeah, Brent too. That's right.
Yeah.
Very fun. Well, tell us about, a lot of guys are asking about this telly that you brought.
Oh, yeah.
And this is made by our mutual friend Jeff Sin in Nashville, right?
Yeah, this is a Jeff Sin telly.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, he's a bit of a guitar guru. Just how he understands the way a neck should feel. And his setups are always...
I can tell incredible. Just from looking at like the radius on the neck and the fretwork is just flawless.
Yeah.
The only, if you took the neck off by itself, if you just took it from here to here, you wouldn't think it was a telly.
No.
It's too high grade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's too nice.
Yeah. And I was immediately attracted to this guitar because it reminded me of Mike Bloomfield's old telly.
Yeah.
That he played on all the Dylans.
Kind of looks like a good mid to late 60s telly.
And I plugged it in, and it's got so much low end that you don't get in a lot of tellies.
Yeah, I heard you playing a little earlier. It's not a spanky, trebly telly.
But you can get that if you dial it in, but it certainly has a...
it's got some shoulders to it. Yeah.
Shoulder pads.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Perfect. That's good. Kenny Greenberg, Bob Britt. Yeah, two great players in Nashville. Man. That's right. Kill. Bob's one of my customers and friends, and he's always fun to watch play.
One of my favorite, maybe my favorite guitarist in Nashville is Bob's brother, Tom Britt.
Yeah. They're both amazing.
And he blows me away, man.
Yeah. And they're so nonchalant about how great they are.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'll come sit in. And it's musical and beautiful and just impressive. Bob and I used to get kidded that we looked a lot alike at one point. I don't know.
I could see that.
Yeah, we used to.
Facial features.
There was a period where I had my hair shorter.
Yeah.
And his hair was longer, and we kind of met in the middle.
Yeah.
And we'd walk around together, and you guys must be brothers. Like, well, only spiritually, yeah.
Yeah, spirit brothers.
Yeah, that's it. But G.E. Smith says from experience, the Telly can do it all. Slam and distortion. Yeah, that's right. The Telly is sort of the desert island guitar.
I just saw Will Kimbrough on there.
Will Kimbrough is amazing.
Will Kimbrough is one of my he's a good friend.
Joe McMahon, Will Kimbrough.
Yeah.
And our good friend Jed Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
Who's out here. He doesn't get included in that list a lot of times because he's an Aussie.
Oh, yeah.
And he hangs out with Rodney Crowell all the time, who I won't go into the politics of Nashville, but he's definitely an outsider.
Yeah.
And
trailblazer.
And he's proud of it. A lot of friends there call him the John Lennon of Nashville. Because he just walks around going like this.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Man, but what an artist.
He's incredible. And one of my favorite records of his, it's ironic we're talking about these guys, is The Outsider with Jed and Will Kimbrough.
Yeah.
All over it.
That was one of the records I was listening to when I decided to move to Nashville.
Say You Love Me?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah. It's a great song.
Some of that. Oh, yeah.
And, what is it? What's the other one, too? The Serenity Prayer or something, where he's just making fun of people. Give me this, give me that, give me that. And they're complaining because they can't buy, foreign cars.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's poking fun at Nashville and the establishment there with that whole record.
Yeah.
He gets made fun of for being the outsider. So he just made a record called, I'm the Outsider. Watch me sell it on my own.
Yeah.
And he did. I think that was a huge record for him. It's one of the few records that made it outside of the normal Rodney Crowell circle. Like they were playing it on the radio out here.
Yeah. He definitely made a transition from the commercial pop country world to I'm gonna write
music.
Yeah,
and lyrics.
Be more artistic.
Yeah. It's funny, we were talking about Cheryl and we were having coffee this morning, and she's finding her individual pathway through Nashville. And I've always thought since day one, like, what a great pair they would make. Because when she writes her own songs, they're usually very thoughtful and deep. The pop songs are the ones you can always see as Crow / somebody. But the ones that are just Crow, songs like Are You Strong Enough to Be My Man, all these sorts of things. I can't remember the name of the song, but it's about coming home safely from the Middle East and war. Yeah. And they're heavy, and they're pretty direct, and they're sometimes uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She'll say what other people maybe would shy away from in order to sell records.
But those are the moments when I'm listening that really, pull me in.
That's right.
It's like, wow, she just said that and got away with it.
Yeah. She's got a song on the Globe Sessions, I think, about a street walking prostitute who got killed in front of an abortion clinic. And it's not mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a picture of real life. Yeah. And I always thought her and Rodney could have fun together. Like sitting in a room together, they could really,
I'm sure they would,
make something interesting. Well, anyway, so Little Big Town. You've parted ways with Little Big Town.
I recently played my last show with them at the Ryman Auditorium.
What a nice way to go out.
Which was, it was a very emotional night.
Sure.
But very,
You guys were all positive and friendly and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually gave me a really nice watch as a parting gift.
Wow, excellent.
With the 2 records that I played on, kind of in.
Oh, really?
Described.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, they're really nice people. I mean, I didn't really get a chance to interact with them much other than when I came to visit you. We were at CBS Studios or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And, had a nice chat. They all seemed very friendly and reasonably unaffected. And
yeah, I'd say they are. I would almost argue that they're the exception in that world as far as people that have retained their
humanity.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
They're very
Well, the music business, I always make the joke that the music business is like cocaine or alcohol. It's going to reveal who you really are. You know, like if you're a nice guy and you have too many drinks, I love you. You know, as I tell you, you're one of my best friends. You know, like if you're a nice person, it comes out.
Yeah. Also
the opposite. If you're an asshole, then too many drinks, you really find out this guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
And the music business does that to people. And so I've been very fortunate dealing with some pretty seemingly unaffected nice people in Nashville. Yeah. LA has their share of weirdos and affected people, and so does Nashville, so does New York. But they really came across as like, no, they're just kind of nice people, and they're grateful that they're getting traction and being successful. And,
yeah.
You know, they don't think it's because they're superior human beings.
Yeah.
They know that it's because they work hard and they've had some luck. And
they've certainly done it for many years.
Yeah.
I think I was in middle school when their first record came out, or high school.
Yeah.
It's like they've been slugging it out on the road.
Yeah, they're an overnight sensation after 6 years, right? So
yeah, and that's how a lot of people view it. You know?
Right. Well, just because they got some traction. But someone's asking, have you heard of Shane Roberts?
No.
The name sounds familiar.
I just saw Duke Levine on there. He's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
And Jack Pearson. Jeez.
Very nice. Cool, man. Well, I'm sure the guys want to hear you play some guitar. If you I get another mic and another thing hooked up.
We should jam, man.
We should do something. But I don't know if you guys have had the chance. I posted one, Brendan Benson. Yeah, also another one of my customers. Brendan's an amazing songwriter. You ever heard his stuff? He's the guy that plays with Jack White.
Oh, cool.
He plays in Empire. That's how I met him. And he is just a like pop rock, almost Brit pop kind of stuff. Just absolute craftsman. His records are incredible.
Wow.
I think they're just way too cerebral for the mainstream because you got to listen.
Yeah.
And they're not crazy. I mean, he's not stretching you.
Yeah.
But it's just they're so structured in a clever way that it won't just pass by in one ear while you're driving your car. You know, you got to kind of go, oh, yeah. And he really seems to have an incredible grasp on, you know, music theory and making it work in a non-clinical way.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, no, here, you can have fun with this. And it's really, really well done.
I'd love to hear his music.
Yeah, he's got like 4 or 5 records out. Really, really nice dude, too. Anyway, so yeah, well, let's fire up the Jeff Santelli. So anyway, what I was going to say was, if you guys haven't seen it, I put a video up of Johnny playing yesterday, and you're just goofing off. I'm going to try to lay down the vocal and...
Oh, is it the Beatles tune?
Yeah, and like you nail it, and you got the cool bass sound, and then there's a point where you're doing backgrounds into the unpotted pickup of some old guitar.
It was a Teisco.
Yeah.
Del Rey.
Perfect microphone.
The pickups are so resophonic.
Right. Yeah, and there's no potting or anything, so they pick up... What song was it? I'm blanking now.
Oh, I Want You.
I Want You, that's right.
It's,
It's really... How many tracks did you lay down on that video? It seemed like 6.
Yeah, I think I did a little drum part, a little percussion on it. Guitar. Right. Just bored for the most part.
It's fun, though. So Johnny puts out a video seemingly about every week. Here's what I'm thinking of right now and working on it. And there's a lot of really fun ones from the road, like you're on the bus or you're in the hotel room. And it could be blues, it could be rock, it could be country, it could be jazz, it could be folk music, it could be bluegrass.
Yeah.
Just this wide net of just really well done stuff.
Thank you.
But I hate to put you on the spot, but entertain us.
Yeah.
Now, play and have fun now. He's playing a Ventura that we've got hidden over here so it doesn't kill the vocal mics. And then let me see if I can get something plugged in. So you feel comfortable just playing for a couple minutes, and then I'll see if I can get something going here. If not, we got Frank's acoustics here, and we can just mic it up here.
That'd be cool.
And Frank's an amazing player, too.
Yeah, we'll get a little trio together.
Yeah.
Take it on the road.
That's right. I'll play spoons.
Yeah.
Do a wheelie. Okay. Yeah, man. How about it? Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Duke.
Oh, geez. What do I play?
Whatever you want. Smoke on the Water. Do you know Smoke on the Water?
Yeah. Oh no, Jason Lawler.
Oh, they're Jason. Let's see if we can get away with murder here.
Oh yeah.
A cabinet on each side of the mic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you don't play the same note.
We might,
like Ghostbusters.
we might create a new recording technique.
Across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Called the cluster.
Oh yeah.
Can I see your little headstock too?
Yeah, man.
I'm sure this is, if it hangs out in tone merchants too long, it always ends up being a drop D or half step down. Yeah. This is a hard rocking.
I love that Stratocaster. I'll trade you.
Really?
Maybe.
I can give you a long-term loan.
I'll take it.
Especially if you like Jason's pickups.
Oh yeah.
Close enough for rock
Mm-hmm.
This amp is
Yeah.
How's that sound out there, guys? Is it reasonable? Is it okay, Frank? We got mics.
Yeah, man.
I'm a little bassy. I can hear it too. It's all muddy over here. Let's see if we can work this out. Hold on. We got a lot of transformers and guitars with single coils around here. So that noise. Yeah, I got a 412. Pull all the bass out of this. See if we can make it work. Lots of single coils. God knows what going on.
Yeah.
Old strings. Way too much. Okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. I swear. We'll edit this part out.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Hold
Up was down.
on. What's that? Oh, listen to that. We got 4 transformers within a foot of each other. Something like that. That's about as loud as I need to be. I think.
Yeah.
All right, what do you move for?
Oh, man. Let me feel.
There you go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Duke. Humoring Dan Boul.
Oh yeah,
That was fun, man.
that was a lot of fun.
It's fun to hear. We got to get Frank on electric too, because he's got that Chicago, like jazz side of the Chicago blues down,
cool.
and you can just kill it. Just kill it.
When did I get that?
Because you grew up in Chicago.
You're born with it, man.
He's very humble. He's a ridiculous guitar player.
What?
It's awesome.
Well, so I don't know how that mic'd up, but we have
Yeah, right.
a Whiskey 412 and a Ventura on a 212 on either side of one mic. And it's interesting to say the least. It's fun, though. Yeah, that sounds good. You sound so good.
Man,
And here we are throwing you in a strange environment and still mourning for a musician.
hey, I love strange environments.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Weirdos.
This is a really good one.
We're all just a bunch of weirdo musicians.
That's
anyways.
right.
That's the way.
We're all lumberjacks and we don't care, actually. No, that's another song. Sorry. One of my favorites, by the way. I sang that for my children this weekend. They thought I was absolutely insane. I like to put on women's clothing and hang around in bars. And they're like, what? I'm like, it's a song. It's Monty Python.
Oh,
They're like, oh, maybe you don't know that. Maybe you're too young.
No.
You know the lumberjack song?
I
no,
don't.
it was believable while you were singing it. Just
You don't.
I didn't realize it was humor. I thought.
You've never heard
That
the
was something you
lumberjack
wrote.
song, Monty Python? It's them making fun
Pretty
of
sure I've seen pictures.
They all stand around in lumberjacks, and the song, the first verse is, no, I'm a lumberjack, and I'm okay. I would sleep all night, and I work all day. And it's just this big outdoor work song.
What
And-
key do you sing it in?
Oh, God, I don't know. We'd have to look it up. But, and then the second verse, he starts, hinting at, he says, I like to put on women's clothing and hang around in bars. I wish I was a girlie, just like my dear papa. And it just goes on and on and on until the
Gets
next thing you
worse.
know, they're all just, anyway, it's very funny. I guess I'll have to tell you, I'm really old. That's some seriously, those are like the Beatles of comedy.
Yeah. Didn't George Harrison own the
The Ruddles movie that the Python guys made, he was the producer of it.
Oh, that must be, yeah.
And he funded a lot of the Python movies.
Yeah.
You know, because they just couldn't get money from the British establishment because all they did was poke holes in the British establishment.
Yeah.
And they couldn't. So Harrison just went, "How much do you need, lads? You know, hey, we've kicked Ringo out of the band. It's okay. I'll give you the money."
Kind of sounds Scottish.
That's my
Universal.
That's my Scouse, my bad Scouse, Liverpool accent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is always, what was it? Remember Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, Clarence, the fifth Beatle?
Yes.
And he had these made up tapes. Yeah. Said, look, when you play Love Me Do backwards, and there's this guy with this bad Liverpool accent and says, "Hey Paul, let's kick Clarence out of the band."
That's great.
It was really good. Well, man, it's really fun. You know, the jamming thing, this is actually the first time we've done this here in a long time, and it's fun. I wish you'd do more and maybe be prepared. But I wish I had it in my head, a lot of the videos you were doing, because you were doing there was another one you did. It was kind of a folky blues thing, and you literally just reached over, hit the camera, smiled, and just went into this deep, dark, authentic, old folksy blues thing on some acoustic guitar. It's about 3-4 months ago. I think it's one of the ones I commented, because I comment a lot on your videos, where I'm like, damn, dude, this is great. And it's just you messing around with your iPhone or whatever you're recording those on.
Oh, jeez, I wish I could remember what it was.
But I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
Play some acoustic?
You know, just play whatever you want. You know, just like show off a little bit since you're here. And I know it's awkward when you're sitting here and someone looks at you and goes, just do it. Just play guitar. You're like, in the back, I can see it on your face. In the mind, you were going, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Man, I could play
it's like a stand-up comedian. You're like, tell jokes now.
Be funny or I'll kill you.
Yeah. You don't have your lead-ins or anything, you know? Like, you're like, well, but I started talking about the Polish deli when I finished talking about the roller skating rink. How do I just get into that joke?
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Oh, I don't know. We can play anything you want. I mean, I'm sort of the old rock and roller. So as far as anything from the 60s and 70s, or anything you like to have fun. And is that Ventura boosted? Yeah, but man, it's so dialed down. We're literally, these amps are not as loud as I'm talking. We just happen to have a good mic in front of them. So the Ventura, I think, is running 3-4 watts, maybe 5 watts at the most. And I've got the master on the whiskey on 1/2 of 1. So it's literally just barely, you won't see any, like that's as loud as the amp. I can hear the guitar as loud as the amp right now. What we're doing is the things we're doing before is the master volume circuit. I had a 1-6-2-4-5 turnaround. Some little girl we were just doing a minute ago.
Yeah.
And you were farting around. You want to have fun with that?
Sure.
So, you know, where were we? So the turnaround, you know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's just the turnaround, though. You know, it's that kind of the Larry Carlton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, then it was the two. Yeah, I haven't. screwed up the computer. Nice. KMX Rock says, damn. Who's going to sing? What kind of lyrics are
Oh,
these?
yeah. Santa Barbara Blues.
That's all.
There you go.
Ladies and
Sing a
gentlemen,
little,
Johnny D.
sing a little Jimmy Reed for you.
There you go. Same progression.
Maybe just do a standard.
All right, we'll do it after the turnaround.
Okay.
We'll follow you.
You got me up, you got me down, you got me up, down, down, up. Anywhere you want, there's a road. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You got me doing what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. There we go. You got me high, you got me low. You got me high, 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 low. Any way you want, now let's roll. Yeah, yeah. You got me doing what you want to, baby, what you want me to do. Take it, Johnny. There we go. More mics to come. It's hard. Yeah, All right, improv at its best. Nice. Hey, I'm going to get more microphones.
Let's get some more mics.
I think I'm going to get some more microphones. What do you guys think? That was fun. Well, there you go, man. This is what guitar nerds do when they sit around on the sofa and think of strange things to say. Mm-hmm. So anyway, do you guys have any questions for Johnny? You want to talk to him? This guy's like navigated the music business really well. Thanks again, Johnny. Your playing is so great, man. It's just such a pleasure. You're generous. I appreciate it. I'm an old man who's tired. But this guy has, taken a really nice path through the music business. And any kind of questions you want to ask him about his rig, you want to ask him about his practice habits, you want to ask him about what kind of dogs he prefers. I mean, what's next for Johnny? That's a great question.
What's next for Johnny?
Oh, yeah, man, we get that mic back.
Oh, yeah.
Turn this on. Well,
yeah, what are you trying to do, Johnny? I know you're out here. You're thinking about producing some records. You want to play on some little more varied stuff. And stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely want to do more studio work as a session guitarist.
Right.
And as a producer and songwriter. I've been working with some cool people in Nashville. And I think my next chapter is leaning more towards creative work, or not, or just more creative development in a studio situation.
Yeah, sure. Actually making instead of the performing part. Because you got a serious heavy dose of large scale performing right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And I don't, for different people, they have a different tipping point. But I remember when I was about your age, 26, 27, I kind of got over the need for applause. Like I appreciate it. I enjoy it. I don't look down my nose at it.
Yeah.
But I lost the urge to go out and perform and show off. I still love to perform. Like I enjoy every second that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But then I'd wake up the next day and go, okay, whatever, what's next? And I remember a similar point where there's some people that never get over that. Like they need that approval of a crowd. Yeah. That's what they feed on it. And I always loved it and appreciated it, but it didn't make a difference. Like if I was having a bad day, applause didn't make it any better.
Yeah.
If I was having a good day, applause was just nice. It was great. I appreciate it. So, I have a similar conversation with Jed, our friend Jed, too. Like, are you getting to that spot where you feel like, I kind of want to leave some tangibles behind me?
Yeah, I think I've gotten to a place where I just want to create really meaningful music.
Yeah.
And that means more to me than.
And you're certainly capable of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's evident. You guys look at his videos. You're gonna see, and you're humble, and you're like, wow, okay, thanks. It's true, man. But
Thank you.
And then, but you're gonna stay in Nashville and maybe try to get around the country a little more.
Yeah, just do random gigs. Try to stay creative, and I love variety too. That's kind of, I've got a gig in a couple of weeks. I'm going to play mandolin for 3 shows in New York City. And
nice.
It's like, that's cool and random, and I love that.
Yeah. What's the act?
It's a girl named Mary Bragg.
So, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think she's from Atlanta originally.
Yeah. But somebody I know produced one of her records or something.
Yeah.
Recently. Like in the past year.
Yeah. I think Nora Jones' old producer used done some work with her. I forget his name though.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. Kind of we'll see, man.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, you're always welcome here in LA. We're always glad to have you out.
Thank you so much.
And well, I mean, it's kind of 1:30. Time to maybe think about getting some lunch. And
heck yeah.
But you guys hopefully had a good time. I had a fun time playing, even though it was very impromptu with cold hands, and we avoided living in 145 world too much.
Hey, I love that world.
Yeah, it is a good world. You got to be able to do it correctly. I'll make it that way when we go to Las Americas. All right. Is that what you call California now? Las Americas? I like that. Kind of works. There's a little bit of a lag here, so I give the guys time to catch up.
Yeah, there's no comedic timing in the.
No, that's right. Knock, knock. What? Yeah, it's hard to make it move correctly.
How many viewers do you have right now?
8 million.
Well, there's 27 people that have registered with Numubu.
Yeah.
And like are members. So those are the ones that show up on the chat room. As far as who's actually watching, usually when I look at the behind the things stats, it'll be anywhere from 300 to 1,000. The problem is, and then I'll put the recording up, and the recording I put it on multiple places, and if you add it all up, it'll get anywhere from 50 to 125,000 people click on the link. I don't know how much they watch, but so these are the people that have decided to reveal their identity that are there. And
they've come out of the internet closet.
Yeah, that's right. And they're the ones who are either registered with Numubu or they're Numubu members.
It's kind of hard to say, isn't it?
It's a little bit. I get that a lot. I get a lot of guys saying, "So you're working with those Numubu things," but I get where it's coming from. New music business, and that's what they're trying to do. The 21st century music business. So. I think it's a fun concept. But the main reason I went here is when I was on Ustream, they used to charge me a fortune, and I could only do it at 480p. And then once I hit a certain amount of views, they started charging me overages. It was insane. You know, my bill was like $199 a month, and then I'd get another $175 in overages.
Just too many people watch.
Right, too many people tried to log on.
Yeah.
And here it's free, and it's full high def. Even though I'm only doing 720 here, I can do 1080 on here for free. Hey, Johnny, what are your go-to guitars?
That's a great question. I've got a 65 SG.
Oh yeah, I know that guitar.
Yeah,
I've seen you play that one on television. I haven't seen it in person.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, and I put together a guitar, which is essentially a cooter caster.
Oh really?
You know about cooter casters?
Yeah,
It's actually Lawler's lap steel pickup.
Right.
You put that in an old gold foil.
Play a lot of slide with that?
Yeah, do a lot of slide work with that guitar.
That's cool. You know, I have a Telecaster made by, Andy Elliott in North Carolina.
Yeah.
He's starting to make gold foil neck pickups especially.
Oh, cool.
And dude, they're just sick.
They really are.
It's got that thing. You know, his pickups are really good anyway.
Yeah.
But that's gold foil. Have you ever played one of his gold foils?
No.
Dude, it's just crazy. I wish that Telly's at home. I should have brought it.
Oh, I'd love to play that.
Yeah. And I don't know if you ever met Andy. I mean, he's just the nicest guy in the world. And,
Yeah.
and he's out in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina. This is my nicotine. Sorry. This is my quit smoking device.
Is it working?
Yeah, I've been quitting for 2.5 years. Actually, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Yeah, it's like, hi, my name's Dan. I'm addicted to nicotine, but I don't smoke cigarettes. So these sort of mostly safe devices came out. So
yeah, kind of looks like a lightsaber.
Yeah, this is my little stealthy one. I have one that's like,
right.
Luke, I am your father. But Andy's he's got a 30-acre place out in central North Carolina. He's got a CNC shop there and a pluck machine, and he knows so much about wood, and he picks really cool. We call him the East Coast Michael DeTemple, because Michael DeTemple's that way here. Just amazing, slow, detailed attention to making guitars.
Yeah.
And Andy gets the wood, and he tunes the wood to where it resonates at some note on the harmonic scale, so you don't get any weird overtones. So like every one of his guitars, it's just not. I have a Strat and a Tele that he made me, and the Strat doesn't look exactly like a Strat.
Yeah.
Only like a nerd would know that. Some of the bevels are just a little big or something.
Yeah.
Because he's got to keep it resonating somewhere on the harmonic scale, so that all your overtones are in Mr. Bach's 12 notes.
That's some mathematics right there.
Yeah, but you just got to listen. But you got to dry the wood and age it out and figure out where it's really going to resonate, and then just take a little bit off here and take a little bit off there until you hit a note. And you can even call him, same with the Temple, and say, well, I usually play a half step down, and he'll actually pick a wood that resonates at E flat.
Wow.
If you want him to go that far. He's just one of those crazy guys.
He must have incredible ears.
Yeah, he takes it so seriously. And I think he's out there, where he's got nothing else to do. And it's like he's just dedicated himself to making cool guitars. And he plays guitar in his church, and he's a really good guitar player and plays in some local bands, and just a sweet, sweet guy, But
I'll have to meet him. My mom lives in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah. He's not far away. He'd love it if you came by. He's one of, well, yeah, come on over, buddy, and I'll make some dinner for you.
Cool.
He's just nice as can be. And anyway, the gold foils.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to play his gold foils, try them. They're really good. He brought us some to NAMM last year, because Peter plays his guitars quite a bit. And I said, oh my God. But you said Rye Cooter. It's got that vibe to it.
Cool.
Anyway, I cut you off. So you got your, I'm sorry, I totally hijacked the conversation. You got your Cooter caster?
Oh, yeah.
Now, did you make that yourself? You put it together?
Yeah, I used this, have you heard of JMT?
Uh-huh.
I ordered some parts from them, kind of designed the neck, a rosewood neck, and alder body, and kind of put it together myself.
Nice. That's fine. And then, so is that what you're living on the road with the SG and the Cooter caster?
Man, I ended up with way too many guitars on the road.
You do, don't you?
Yeah. See, I had that.
Try not to laugh, because I've been through that cycle.
And then, I always, at the end of it, I always realized I really a lot of gigs just need a Telecaster.
Sure. I'm that way with old beat up Les Pauls.
Yeah.
I just,
one trick, I mean, not one trick pony, but something that can do.
Yeah.
whole lot of different things.
Yeah, or even just a junior.
Yeah.
I'm totally happy with a single pickup junior.
Yeah.
And fine. And I roll the tone back and forth, roll the volume down. It sounds like an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And it'll get twangy. You roll it to 6 or 7, it's just as twangy as a Telecaster. Mm-hmm. But I think it depends. What was your first real guitar? Like when you were really hardcore learning in that absorption phase? What was it?
PV Raptor.
A PV Raptor. Oh, nice. So you're a PV guy.
No, that was actually my first electric guitar was a PV Raptor.
Mine was a 63 Junior.
Really?
Yeah, I just got it by accident. My dad's like small town attorney, and some college student got in trouble doing things that college students do at the University of Missouri. And he called me and said, "Do you want an electric guitar?" It was like summer between 6th and 7th grade at home. And, sure. Wow. And it was a 63 Junior and one of those 100-watt customs with the tuck and roll padding on it. Yeah. Bad combination to give a 12-year-old kid. Oh, thing's louder than hell. And I was in the garage, this is my amphitheater. I got to know all the local cops by the first name. "Oh, hey, Steve, am I playing too loud?"
I'm sure the neighbors loved
They hated me. Oh, people that I grew up with, I'd drive by and I'd say, "Fucker." But
I just got another guitar from Jeff Sin recently that I've absolutely fallen in love with. It's an old Silvertone U2.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's a Silvertone and a Dan Electro when they.
It's all the same stuff.
Yeah, it's like the same company, but
yeah, man. It's all Valco things, I think. Right?
Yeah, that guitar sounds incredible.
Those things are really fun. Who's the guy in Nashville, and he's retired now. Used to make the Dan Electro copies that were good.
Oh, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Jerry Jones. Yeah, right. And like they stayed in tune. Yeah, and they intonated well, and the pickups weren't unbelievably wild. And yeah. I had a couple of those. I really love those guitars.
And a lot of those lipstick pickups, just really low output, too.
Yeah. I used to use them for Beatles stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I was in a couple of Beatles bands, cool. Like 7, 8 years ago. And I tried everything, even had like the appropriate Rickenbackers. Yeah. But that Jerry Jones was perfect. Yeah. I mean, you want to play Ticket to Ride or something, it was just dead nuts there.
That's killer.
That's good. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're wrapping it up. I think we're going to go around the corner and get some tacos. You want some tacos?
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, Johnny, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure to see you. It's been a long time since we got to hang out in the same room.
Thanks for having me come by.
You're most welcome. Come back anytime you like. And if you're working on any projects that people should know about, tell me. Yeah. And I'll wave your flag here. And if you're ever back in town, just come. And you won't be put on the spot to play every time unless you want to.
Oh, man.
And I put Frank on the spot usually every week. And he looks at me and goes, "Okay." But always a treat, fellas. Thank you, Itchy. Oh, yeah. Randy Krath is on here. Internet secret pastor and musician. And he's good at both.
Cool.
He's the underground pastor. I like it a lot.
Underground pastor.
Oh, yeah. He's a rebel. He really is. Like, he gets in trouble.
Oh, yeah?
He rocks the boat in a really good way. I like that. Anyways, thanks, Johnny. Nice playing. Great show today, guys. Thank you, guys. Best show. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's fun when we get guitar players in here and we can noodle around. I don't know why Frank and I haven't jammed. Probably because I'm intimidated by him, I guess.
Y'all should start a band, man.
I'm kidding.
Not musically, just physically.
Both. And your ability to eat pizza. That's what really, you should see this guy. He's from Chicago. And we go there's a deep dish place over here in Burbank. And he eats his body weight in pizza. It's like astonishing. Where does that go? I don't know how on earth you do that. But anyway, so I'll try to get this edited and up here within about 48 hours. Frank's Kung Fu is wicked. Yes, it is. It's very much so.
I think I'm just full of air.
Taste Chicago. Yeah, that's it. You're full of air. It's all just one stomach. Yeah. You've got like this little tiny liver and little tiny kidneys. Yeah, right. Your lower GI is like this long. It's just all stomach. That works. All right, fellas. Thank you very much. Thank you, Johnny Duke, again. Thank you, Frank Falbo.
Thank y'all.
And we'll send too much information, Dan. Yeah, where's my mouse? There we go. I got to click out of this before I get in more trouble. All right, fellas. We'll see you next week. Thank you again. Take care. Bye-bye. And hang on one second. because they can still hear us until I turn my encoder off.